A moment. First, though, Michelle, what do you make of the timing of this? Is it in any way related to the violence that has been happening to the Coptic Christians, or what's your theory on why this is happening?
Well, I think it's happening now for two reasons. One of them is that some of this assistance, and we'll probably discuss this in more detail, was actually set to expire as of September 30th. And so the administration needed to take action one way or another regarding some of the assistance. The other issue, I think, is related to President Sisi's ratification of the NGO law, which came as a very negative surprise to the Trump administration. They thought they had assurances that Sisi was not going to ratify the law. And so it's taken them a couple of months, but that sort of, I think, got things moving in terms of them wanting to react.
So, Maha, this does seem, as Timothy pointed out, a bit out of step with some of the rhetoric that has come from Donald Trump, who seemed to really like the Egyptian president. So what do you make of this conflict, what appears to be at least a difference of the way the State Department is approaching Sisi and the way Donald Trump spoke of him?
I think there is a realization, both in Washington and elsewhere in Western capitals, that the policies that General Sisi has been pursuing in terms of human rights violations since the coup of 2013 are detrimental even to those who want an alliance or partnership based on security and trade interests. That ultimately, yes, the NGO is only one aspect of what's happening in Egypt. It is detrimental to civil society, but Egypt now is undergoing a military regime, is experiencing the reality of a military regime that represses, where there is a lack of the rule of law and any respect for human rights. And I think policymakers are realizing that that is a recipe for instability. And I agree that the issue of aid to Egypt was going to come up anyway. And we did hear at one point that there would be a cutting back of aid to various countries. And Egypt is one such country. I do hope, though, that this is a step in the right direction. It is very little in many ways, and it has cost lives, and it has cost Egyptian citizens a great deal of suffering. It doesn't mean that it will ultimately be productive, but it is an important signal to the Sisi regime and to the citizens of Egypt at this stage.